more relaxed then.
Depends who the guest is.
I don't mind if it's side over rear, but this is direct side.
Hello, and welcome back to the Different Generations podcast.
Hi, everybody.
We all right? You last time you liked my intro, didn't you? You said it was very professional.
I thought it was professional. Yeah,
And you had a little smirk then because you were
You've got-
like
you've
in the
got-
zone.
yeah, you've got a voice for it.
You got the face for radio.
Yeah, for radio.
Not for this.
No,
Not if you're watching.
well, not if the camera's behind me. That'd be all right for TV.
But yeah, we're back. We've made past the first episode.
Yeah.
For us, it's not out yet.
No.
So we have no idea if you liked it.
Well, I've not even seen it.
No. Well, I haven't even
No.
really.
Yeah.
It's only been long since we actually filmed the other one.
No, yeah.
But why stop with one?
Yeah.
We're going to speak about more topic based today, aren't we?
Yeah.
I think it's very fitting to speak on. You have a look at your ceiling.
Yeah, I'm having a look at the new wallpaper. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, very good. Yeah. When we can show them the full room when it's finished,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
everybody will
Yeah,
like it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bit patchy, but
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
back with the.
Yes, back with this. Yeah.
We're going to speak on social media and how it's like affected different generations, which is very helpful for our podcast.
Yeah.
But with all this social media talk in the news at the moment, it's good at the moment too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think really I'm the one to sort of probably know more of this because I've experienced both.
Without and with.
No social media
Yeah.
whatsoever, and now surrounded by social media
And you can't avoid it.
and AI
Yeah.
within the business.
Yeah.
You know, it's phenomenal. If you think when I was a kid, we didn't even have mobile phones. Even I look back now and can't imagine what it would have been like now not to have a mobile phone. If you lose your mobile phone, it's like
It's the
losing
end of
an
the
arm,
world. Yeah.
innit? End of the world. Everything, and I don't even have PayPal. I don't even have anything that I pay with on
But
my
it's
phone.
still so important.
Even when I travel to the airport, I still want Jerry to print off my boarding pass. But
Yeah.
the other day I did actually travel with it because I was already in Spain, so I felt quite cool about it.
Quite new.
Yeah, quite new. But yeah, with social media, you imagine when I used to be working away contracting,
Yeah.
and
I mean, what when it first came to be, when you're in the business, obviously contracting and all that.
yeah,
It
well,
didn't make a big impact at first.
no. Just I'm on about. I started my apprenticeship as an electrician when I was 16. I set up a business when I was 23. That failed for maybe not being wise. That's another story for another day. But I didn't start the business then until I was 28. So them 12 years up to that, say when I started working away properly was when I come out of my time and I left my company at some time in Shepherd's Engineering Services. And I just went following the money, and the money was tremendous, working around on chemical works and big plants and down in South Wales. But if you was working away and you had a spouse or a girlfriend or family, sister, brother, anybody who was close to, mother, you just had no contact whatsoever, which was great. Which was great at times.
Some people probably wish that now.
Yeah.
You can't get away now.
Can't get away from it. Can't get away from it. There was no cameras. Well, I mean, there was cameras if you wanted to carry
nothing
an
would be.
instant camera around with that spat out a Polaroid.
I don't really know what you mean.
Yeah,
I do, but like,
well, they're actually quite trendy again now, aren't they?
they are, yeah.
Yeah, the Polaroids. Yeah, so things are turning around a little
They
bit.
always come back. But
Yeah. It's only because they outsold them all when they're sort of sitting in a warehouse for 30 years, and I think, we'll start selling them clothes and them gadgets. Yeah, so basically, if you was away and you was out, imagine even booking your accommodation. Imagine finding your
I
accommodation.
can't imagine how you'd even go about that.
No, well, you get the Yellow Pages or the local book. I'm actually thinking, how did I find my accommodation? I think really we just used to drive to the town and find a bed and breakfast.
Not
And-
even
and
look. Don't even look beforehand.
Well, there was
You
nowhere
can't.
to look. Nowhere to look. But then I think there was more accessible or available um, accommodation because everybody was in the same boat.
Yeah.
So first come, first served. So yeah, and that's how. Then if you went for a beer at night, which most contractors it was beer, girls, all that sort of thing, and you'd have to say you'd have to go to a call box
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know where to go.
Go to a red phone box that was just on the
Well,
street.
they're all got defibrillators, whatever you said.
Yeah, they have now. Yeah, the defibrillators waving around in that time.
I know.
You had an heart attack and you were knackered.
Tough luck.
You had nobody. You had to get to the call box to ring an ambulance.
Same place though.
Yeah.
No change.
Yeah,
But you still see them.
yeah, and they just used to smell like, it's where kids used to go and just smoke cigarettes one after another. They used to go in there and used to stink everywhere.
Remote box.
Yeah, just a smoke box, yeah. And then sometimes there'd be big queue, and for me, I won't bother queuing. I just think, oh, I'll try again the following day. And then when you're leaving on, say, a Friday afternoon, if you're working Monday to Fridays, obviously, a young lad, you're thinking about your weekend, you're thinking about nights out, but you can't ring anybody to tell them what time you're going to be home. When there's a traffic jam, you don't no warning there's a traffic
Yeah.
jam because you've got no
I
Google
suppose.
Maps.
I reckon. I'm not sure if I'm right here, but parents would be less stingy when it comes to being late back, just because of that factor that they don't know.
Yeah, the excuse.
Yeah.
I think there was excuses.
Because you can't make an excuse now. Just
Yeah.
ring them.
My old man won't take an excuse.
Well, no.
Yeah. You had a time to be home.
Yeah.
And there were no excuses. There were no traffic jams when you pushed me.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like,
I suppose so. In a more general sense.
yeah. So you used to come home when I look back now, and you used to come home and think, oh, even now I think, how did I meet the guys? How did we always socialize? How did we go out? How did we go out? But we used to have a routine. So the gang of guys would meet at, say, the bar until at 7 o'clock. Then there'd be half an hour down there, half an hour down. You'd ask the bouncers, have you seen them? The bouncers said,
Yeah.
no, they've just left or they've just gone in. And that was where you found your pals.
I can't even find my friends when I'm going out now.
Yeah.
And then we've got all phones.
Yeah.
So it's.
And like ordering a taxi, you had to get to a taxi rank. Massive queues at taxi rank. And sometimes you'd be there till 4 o'clock. And then the taxis would give up and you'd have to walk home in the freezing cold.
It's probably given your generation a better sense of independence and all of that.
Yeah,
Just
there's-
because.
independence seems to have gone. I think everybody at my age will agree, or even a bit younger than me, or older, definitely, that we call the younger generation around your age,
Yeah.
Jack, the snowflake,
They are.
the snowflake generation,
They're all-
snowflake race.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
just
Just melt at everything.
can't take a punch. Can't take.
I know.
It's just.
I know. Everything is so friendly. I mean, when we used to go around town, you'd have rival gangs, so you'd end up having a bit of a spill
Yeah.
out. But now everybody loves each other. Everybody knows each other.
And if you don't like someone, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's.
That's it. Yeah.
I don't.
That's crazy.
I'm not a big fan.
So no, so like you said, and it's even like talking to people. It's even like going and approaching a girl, say,
Oh,
and meeting
yeah.
new people. People just have lost that knack to be able to.
I mean, you wouldn't. My generation's lost the. Most people my age wouldn't even talk to you.
No.
So that's the fact I am. It's not common that someone
No,
like
no.
our ages speak
not,
together.
Not common that I can tolerate
No,
you talking to
you,
me.
but it's
Yeah,
more my
because
generation
you're-
can't.
Yeah. Most people, be careful what's there, but around the age, the conversation is limited.
Yeah,
Whereas, like when I was younger, you used to be able to talk to
about
older
it.
people, and older
You were at
people,
a
like,
similar mental age to
yeah,
everyone.
but you're social.
Yeah.
And now you've got the media, social
We
media.
don't need to,
No.
speak about everything.
You
We
don't,
can
no.
find people who know,
Yeah,
little niches
Yeah,
on
it's
your
like-
phone.
It's like dating agents. I'm nothing against it. People want to use dating agents, but we had no agencies. Did
No.
they? You had to go out and talk. Or you
My
just
generation couldn't
left.
imagine that. Talking.
I know.
They-
Me as well.
They can't talk to women.
No. So yeah, so social media in respect of business and work, I think the young generation, because of it, um, disrespect more the older generation and do not respect at all experience. And I don't care what you say. I even said to my son in business, you need to respect experience. It's not that I'm any better person than you. It's not that I'm any more educated than you.
You've had many more years,
I just have 30 years more experience.
and that means that's a lot.
Hellish. It's longer than he's been on the planet now.
Yeah.
But then to look at things and then to look at you and to think, I was just talking.
The last AI, and they're like, "Oh, he's wrong."
Yeah, we'll just stay high that bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it comes up, he's
Yeah.
not right.
And then,
But I noticed a change in our business, particularly first of all, my son, Tyler, who's doing really well in the business. His work ethic is good. He still needs to just mature a bit more with it. But he reads. I started receiving emails from him going, "What's going on here?" He doesn't even know what the words mean. And maybe people use it but then don't even read, I don't think, what they're sending you. They
No.
put some into it rather than actually reading it and thinking, do you know what? I'll take out them few big words and
Yeah.
change them for something a bit more simple.
We don't read. My generation doesn't
I
read.
know, yeah. So
I'm one of them. I
yeah,
don't read.
yeah. I send emails back to people who say, "Can I have that in Wayne Scott terms, please? I'm a simpleton, so stop fluffing it up with AI." Then people leave AI does. If you want to do a legal or contractual letter, it will. You can put in there, right? Um, I want to claim against somebody who's done some poor work for me. What notices I do I give, and poof, it will do it for you.
And
You know?
that's a good use,
That's good, yeah.
but not
Yeah.
when you're doing sort of people work, I
Yeah,
suppose.
and then what they do is people who send stuff to me is they leave the dark bold print on the on the AI document as well. You're like, well, it's you can see it's AI because
They didn't proofread it.
and the AI is giving them a chance. This is what you can be saying, but it's giving you a chance to maybe change that bit of that wording in that sentence. But people don't. Then you go, and then people have to put at the end of it, this is AI generated, or this is not AI generated. Well, you can see there it is. You know.
Pure. It's it's. Some people think it's laziness and they should be doing the work themselves. Some
Yeah.
people think, oh, it's a good get around to spend more time doing something even more important.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's really dependent on the
The
substance of what's happening.
Yeah, and the profession you're in.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. I don't think AI should be used in anything personally, apart from the silly videos you can make of people and make them look like
Well,
they're doing things that,
yeah, yeah.
could cause some trouble.
Well, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I mean, there is things, isn't there? We won't get onto it now, but the child abuse things. They reckon they've got their own, their own
Oh,
AI system. Shocking.
so I don't know how did that even get past a
I know. Yeah,
security
I
thing, or
know. I know. Yeah.
it's just giving them horrible people even more another platform
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do
yeah,
something,
yeah,
and
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's but
Making
that's the bad use of it.
making things look like they're happening on a video that are actually not. So yeah,
And it can incriminate people.
yeah, yeah,
It can
definitely, yeah,
people
definitely.
believe it.
If I got incriminated and it wasn't AI, I would say that's AI.
Yeah,
It's not me.
that's a good
Right,
fact.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can.
yeah, yeah,
Well, it's very hard to.
yeah,
There's a lot of it's. I like it AI for everyday tasks that you're trying to figure out. So how do I do this?
yeah,
Quick questions like that,
yeah.
but nothing work based.
No, you see, I don't use GPT. I just use AI on Google.
Google, yeah, when it
That's it.
gives you an AI, it always gives you an AI response now, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And some of it is good, but I read it and I change it, or I just think I'm going to put that into my terms, and then people understand it's really coming from me.
Yeah, because
Because
then it'll just seem wooden again.
yeah, and I'm a bit more bashful than that. So um, yeah, so they'll say, well, Wayne's wrote that, but Tyler also has admitted when he's had a drink, and I don't think he remembers this. So if he's watching this, I remember this Tyler. Yeah, and he was in this kitchen. We'd had a few beers next door. It was probably 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, having a few more sherbets, and. And he says, "Oh, I check you out." I says, "Check me out." He says, "Yeah, I check your wording out on AI." I said, "You what?" He says, "I check what you've written." And I said, "What's it say?" He says, "Well, you're a bastard." He says, "Because it always comes back and says, 'Very well done, Tyler.'"
There's no AI.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's trying to catch you out.
Trying to catch me out. Yeah, yeah. But it even actually says she's pretty good. You don't need AI.
Yeah,
You know,
it's told you you're better than AI.
that's experience.
Yeah,
That's
it's
experience.
proven you right
Yeah, proving
by
me right
accident,
again.
and that's why you
Yeah.
don't want to mention it again.
No.
But you'll keep mentioning it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I will keep mentioning it. Yeah, there's loads of things I've got on you, Tyler. Yeah, you don't know, but it
and
will.
you're going to find out through this
Oh yeah,
podcast,
yeah, yeah. Through it, and quite a few people are going to find out a few things, maybe
good and bad.
good and bad, and obviously some things won't be name dropped either. So there'll only be one
They'll
person.
know it's them, but
There'll
no
only,
one else will know.
there'll only be one person cringing, and that'll be that person. Yeah,
That's cruel, but I
it's
like
cool
it.
but funny. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll enjoy it.
that's the right
Yeah,
way
yeah.
to do it.
Especially if those deserves it. But anyway. Um, yeah, so back to social media and what it's done and what it was for us. If you imagine when I set up the business,
You didn't even think. You didn't think.
when I had my first business, no mobile phone, I was doing fit outs on McDonald's in London. How did I arrange my pricing? How did I do my tendering? It was in a pub, you know,
How? How did
and
you?
then phone call next day,
But
or
like,
a phone call at night from a call box or a pub pay phone, at the bar, and you'd arrange for somebody to come and meet you, an engineer, and you talk your price, and then about 2 weeks later, you get your contract order through the post. Then you'd have to sign it and send it back. By then, you were 6 weeks into the
yeah,
contract. you were in the, if it was going wrong, you were in the shit anyway.
Takes so long.
Yeah. So then when I finally then set up, I had a business when I was 23. That didn't go too good. It went well for about 6 months, and I just went wise, didn't protect myself. And I started again when I was about 28, almost 20. No, before I was 29, just in the March before my birthday in the May. And all we had was, I did have a mobile phone. I had a
Was
mobile
it
phone.
just what
It was
year was it?
the 6310 little Nokia brick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, I had that for about 10 years because when everybody got the flip ones with the aerials and the flip down stuff, nah, I stayed
I
with,
was like that. I was like that for my generation. I had an iPhone 8
yeah,
since about whenever I was how young I was, and
yeah,
I kept
yeah,
it till about a year ago.
yeah, but
Last year.
iPhone 8 compared with the
No, no.
Nokia brick.
That's how that's the generation
Yeah,
difference there.
yeah,
And everyone was getting these new iPhone 14s or whatever, and I was
yeah,
still on 8
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
I like the button.
yeah. I don't even know what my iPhone is. Probably a 14,
Don't even
15.
know it's
No
down there.
idea, no idea. Um, but yeah, so all we had then was a fax machine, obviously photocopy. We just started getting um, um, desktops, no laptops. Not that I remember. We didn't have laptops. I would think it would be 6, 7, 8 years in, maybe in the business, say 20 years ago. Don't even think it'd be that long ago when iPads came out. Well, you had the BlackBerry first, which is an horrible phone. You won't remember that. Everybody on the I remember the BlackBerry. It was all separate little digits like a keyboard
This is when we're
on a
getting into
phone.
the differences because I'm just blanked out now. I'm
Yeah,
like, yeah, what you
yeah, the
saying? Yeah,
black. Yeah, yeah. What am I talking
right,
about?
right.
It's just warbling. Yeah. So you had the
I'll
BlackBerry.
just nod. I'm nodding and
Yeah,
smiling.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then they started to come out with the screens, the LED, LCD screens, and uh, and then they started moving on to the iPad. But I still had a Nokia phone, and guys who worked for me at one point, I had about 6 project managers. I had 4 or 5 girls in the office. They didn't need anything more, but they had a Nokia phone like me for using in the office if they needed it. But we had landlines. Landlines. Look at landlines. Who uses a landline now?
Only old
Only,
people.
only, yeah, only old people. Well, for the internet at
Yeah,
home, you're still using a
some
landline.
people. My grandparents don't have internet.
No,
One of my grandparents don't have an internet just because why? They don't need it.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't think my mum has internet. I don't think she does. She'll just use a 4G or 5G
Yeah.
on a phone. But yeah, so even like internet and uh, in the office, we did we have that when we first started? Maybe not, because that was 1997, and we weren't sending that many emails.
When
Well, the
I don't know
first
when it.
email was seriously early, wasn't it?
No, yeah, when it became a
But when
big
it
thing.
became was early 90s, I think. So it might not have been in. That's what you say.
Yeah,
Can't even. There's
it's.
been that much change. Can't remember
I
how we
can't
did
remember
things.
how it
Yeah.
started.
So well, actually, no, I do. I do know now because when I was on site, just before I set up the business, I was doing Sainsbury's. I was a site supervisor, foreman, basically. And I did a series of Sainsbury's, then went to Ireland, Northern Ireland, did about 7 new build Sainsbury's in Northern Ireland. And then in the foreman's office, my office, all I had was a carbon copy book, A4 carbon copy with 2 carbon copies, with a front sheet, pink sheet, and a blue sheet. And if you was ordering materials, you post off the blue. You would then fax the front sheet and keep the pink one within the book. And that was ordering materials. And you used to send that and fax that to Birmingham, and we'd be in Northern
You
Ireland.
should talk to a new foreman and
Yeah,
see how much
I
difference there is
yeah,
because they'll just send an email.
yeah. Just send an email. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's how we used to order stuff.
I mean,
And if you were doing snagging reports on site or unfinished works list that you needed guys to attend to and say you need to finish by then, carbon copy book again. You'd have a front sheet. You'd give them the front sheet. You keep the pink sheet. Bin the blue sheet because you didn't want going anywhere. And then you'd just get an highlighter. Highlighters are fantastic. The best invention ever in our industry is an highlighter. Green highlighter, because that means it's done. Green. Yeah, red is when it's
we
not done.
don't like red.
No, we don't like red. No, no. And how we used to run a diary. A diary. We got no programs. We had no
No, you just use
laptops.
a calendar on your phone.
Yeah, well, no, we use an hardback.
Yeah.
No, we weren't even that calendar on a phone.
No, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what we use now.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. So we'd have an hardback A4 2-page per day diary, and you'd list all the things in the diary, and this is how I used to teach people to do it. And if it was if you completed it, fully cross in green. If you'd started but not finished it, halfway across in green, and if you haven't touched it, you don't colour it in. And then what you do the following day is you move all the stuff from the following day into the next day. And that's how.
You can't do stuff like that on your phone, can you? Well, you
No,
can.
no,
It's
no,
not as
yeah,
easy.
yeah,
I think it feels good to use pen and paper nowadays. It's
yeah.
like it feels more like a privilege. It's like, whoa, I'm writing.
Yeah, but who can write? God, I can hardly hold a pen anymore.
My handwriting is shocking.
Yeah, well, mine has always been shocking,
Oh man.
but now it's terrible. I've always been. Some days I can write neat. I don't know if it's part of the ADHD thing or whatever, or that my mind's thinking faster than what I can bloody write. So
Yeah.
I miss loads of words out, even when I'm texting. I do even now. But and and then but like with writing now, I only write with big pens. I can't use big fat ballpoint. I can't use anything like
No.
that. So and a big pen. But now I look at my writing, I think, oh, I can't even write.
No, you lose the ability
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
You like forget how to write.
And I write in capitals. I can't write joined up anymore. I write in capital letters, and
Does
sometimes
that make it look even weirder?
you can't. Sometimes I can't even read what I've wrote.
Yeah.
And there was a girl in my office, Nicola Donnelly. Hello, Nicola. She worked for me for quite some time, and and uh, and she was the one who can actually read. If I was struggling to read my writing, I'd be able to say to Nicola on some occasions, say, "Can you read what I've written there?" And she used to be able to tell me what I wrote.
That's
That's a talent, isn't it?
she's good.
Yeah, yeah, she is. Yeah,
You
you
need
were good, Nicola. Yeah.
gold star.
Gold star for Nicola. Yeah, yeah, she was talented.
You get like a good mention on the podcast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's a high
yeah,
bar.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So again, how far can you go with social media? God,
And
it's
how will
no
it
end.
be in another 20 years?
No idea.
It'll be
I can't
even.
imagine.
But
Can't
I'll be
imagine.
the one sat there, and I'll be saying
Yeah,
how it used to
yeah.
be for me.
You look. I mean, I know I'm mentioning a business. This isn't like a push of what we've gone through in the business, but it's like it's a evolvement, isn't it? It's how things have evolved. So you imagine pair run. At one point, we had sort of 150 circa subcontractors, independent subcontractors, and they would we'd ask them, make sure you do an A3 size invoice. We don't want small invoice. We don't want an A2 or whatever they are. It's A5. We want an A4. And then so they used to send them through the post. Yeah. So we'd have, and to be all independent. There weren't many guys employed many people then, like you do now. We employ people who employ people, if you know what I mean. So we've got one cash master who looks after 10
Yeah.
people. So we've only got one contact. He gets the bollocking, blah, blah, blah. And so that's what we do now. Lowers our management, lowers our costs, and lowers our risk. And but with the subcontractors uh, sending through the post, I used to pick a girl, maybe Gemma who worked another one, Gemma, and what have you in the office, and to say, right, you're doing payroll with me this fortnight. So we'd start opening envelopes on a Thursday, getting all the invoices out, getting them things. God, and absolutely loads. There's rules for invoice what you need to put. God, everything was just wrong. So then you have to get on the phone, talk to these guys. There was no computers to tell them how we want stuff. He was only telling them, and they weren't interested. Just wanted
You
pay.
couldn't get a quick reply.
No, no.
So if you
Yeah.
it didn't if you weren't right, if someone's
Actually, you'd then have to put it in the post again, so it'd be late for the payroll. And then imagine writing out 150 envelopes, 150 stamps, clicking on the cost of stamps and
oh
the envelopes,
well now
and then
if you did it now, the stamps are even more.
writing 150 checks out.
It's not worth your time.
No, and then you might forget now and again to sign one. One might not get signed. And next minute, somebody rings you up 2 days or 3 days after. A gang of 4 guys have left site because you haven't signed checks and haven't been paid. Yeah,
Nightmare.
nightmare, absolute nightmare. Yeah, yeah,
It's just everything's so much more efficient,
yeah,
and somehow people still
mm,
mess it up.
yeah. And then we moved on our next sort of media thing, IT, whatever you want to call it. Was a fax machine or a grand machine
That's the
that was.
great new invention.
Yeah, it was fantastic because we didn't have to get the invoices in by post. We didn't have to. We said you email them. Sorry, not email them. Sorry, you
Excellent.
fax them. Yeah, but we found that people would still send them in the post and fax. So then you run the risk of paying somebody twice. Yeah, and it happened. It happened a few times, and you paid them twice, and you only realise that when it comes to the end of the
Too
job,
late. When it's too
when
late.
they've had all the money and they've gone over by a certain amount. You go back through check stubs and go, "That's why we've overpaid him." So they're not going to tell you. Of
No.
course they're not.
Do you ever get it back?
No,
You just
no,
had
no.
to just
Yeah,
bear it.
yeah. You just have to bear it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could if it was a serious amount and
Oh
somebody had
yeah.
done
If
something
it
wrong,
yeah.
you would chase it, but generally, no. because
It's not worth it.
you've written a check. But then, so what we did then was the reason it we realised that mistake was because the paper in the fax machine was white, yeah, and the invoices that were coming in were white.
So you never
So
realise the difference.
yeah, so we changed the colour of the fax machine paper. So when you got it in a pile of invoices and you got the white ones, you check the pink ones against the white ones first,
Yeah.
and you bin the white one. So what an intervention that was.
That's
Yeah.
like some next level stuff
Oh yeah,
for the
it's
time.
like Star Wars.
Change the colour.
Yeah, change the colour. What a great idea. That's so brilliant. That's so. God.
Did you come up with that idea?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Genius idea. Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Well, maybe I did, but I'm sure I did. Yeah.
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 For the
this-
purpose of this podcast,
Oh.
you came up with it.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
And if you ever think of doing that idea, you have to copyright.
Yeah.
Wayne has copyright.
Well, it wasn't Nicola because it was before Nicola's raid. So,
We can't give her another goal.
yeah, no. She'll get a few along here, I think. Yeah, so then it was fax machine. And then everybody started moving on to iPads, photographs, doing snag reports on the laptop,
Yeah.
photograph, written
And it just
description,
kept going and kept going.
crossing,
more.
circling the actual item defect and little thing. And then you could send that, and now you can send what they call snag R. So it's an open document. The author, nobody can delete anything, but you might get a snag R with 6,000 items on it. You have to pick out what's yours, and then you have to then go find it, and then you have to take a photograph and circle that you've done it and send it back. But that's all on.
I mean, my generation wouldn't have the attention span for that. I wouldn't have the attention span for that. I wouldn't bother.
Yeah, but that's now.
I know.
That's what they've got to do.
Yeah.
But because people are lazy.
Yeah.
Even that doesn't get done. It doesn't get done. It's health and safety audits that just don't get done.
I'm plagued by my generation.
Yeah.
I'm not lazy. I'll work and I don't mind working, but there's certain things I'm like I can't. That's too much.
Yeah.
Where for you that wouldn't be. That's nothing.
Yeah.
So it's just the difference in production has really dropped off.
And then you look back into personal life, and you go, oh, and you have to say, even my boxer Joel Granger, we need to train him to get off his phone. When he's in the gym, he's so focused. When he's in the ring, so focused, a totally different person. But when he's in the car beside you, his neck's like a giraffe's. He's just looking down. So just try and put it down. Try and put it down. So when we was in Spain, we had a laugh. I used to take it off him. It's like I was his father. And I hide it. But then 5 minutes later, he goes, "What are you doing?" And I'd be looking on my phone, so I'd have to give him his phone back.
Oh, you don't. Well, you can't give your phone away.
No, that's it. Yeah. So, but yeah,
because you fall into that trap as well.
Of course.
Because it's so addictive, and they make it so
is, yeah,
addictive,
yeah.
and that's
I
why.
mean, what do they call it? Scrolling. I find myself. I go through.
It's horrible.
Yeah, but
you waste so much time, but you can't.
and you learn.
Yeah.
That's
well, you didn't know, but they're banning it out there for under 16s. You didn't know till yesterday.
Oh, they're doing it in England now.
Yeah.
Oh, same as Australia.
Starmer did it about 4 days ago.
Right.
I think in December it happens, but they're banning it for under 16s, which
will still be people get around it.
Yeah, he said people get around it.
But
of course, you're going to get around it.
Yeah, but at least parents will be able to manage that. And say,
I think it's all to parents, and
yeah.
I think with it's only like a certain amount of time a day, but I get caught every night without a doubt. I'll be scrolling, and it just wastes my time. I might as well be doing something else.
Yeah, because all you're scrolling is the other things that you've scrolled, and it picks you up that you're scrolling.
And I like them.
Gives you more. Yeah,
it's bad. That's why I don't have TikTok.
Yeah,
I don't have TikTok.
Well, I don't even. I mean, TikTok. I've got an app on my phone. Somebody's put on my phone on TikTok, and I get a thing. I don't even know what.
I never had it, and I'm gonna have to get it for this podcast.
Yeah,
to put clips on.
Do I have to get it?
No,
that's great. Yeah.
I'll show you. I'll just show you.
I'll show you how to look at it. Yeah, I've got TikTok, but I don't.
You don't need to use it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I don't want to use it. I'll only use it for the podcast.
Yeah,
it's too addictive.
And Snapchat and all that.
That's not a scroller.
I know. I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Snapchat's.
I think it's more.
I feel like.
I think it's more if I can say it. Snapchat. It's how it is for most of
the people who made it as a porn website.
Is that it?
They made it to talk to women.
Right. So it is Snapchat then.
So basically, it was originally Snapchat.
So is that similar to OnlyFans then?
No, it wasn't like that. It was more just to like Tinder. I should have not a porn website. It was more of a Tinder website.
Yeah. I don't even know Tinder.
And then
I know it. I know
what it is.
I don't use it. Yeah.
You don't use it yet.
I don't use it yet. No. When I move with the time. It's probably called Bidher by then.
Yeah. Grindr.
Yeah.
Who knows?
God, I laugh because I know what Grindr is.
I wasn't sure if
Back
you
to
knew
the
what it was.
cucumber yesterday.
I wasn't sure if you knew
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
back to the cucumber.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's not go back.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
Uh,
quite. We should.
Yeah, so even like the things when you sat down and have a meal and you look and you think, fucking hell, kids, get off the phones. And Tyler's quite good with it. If he's out socialising, he's not always on his phone. But when any other opportunity he gets, when he's around me, he sort of respects it, I think. But then he'll start
It's
exploring.
just quite hard to put it down.
Yeah, but then when I ring him and I
Straight
ring
away.
him and I ring him and he don't answer
And you're
and
like,
a
well, you're
text
definitely on your phone.
and a text and he goes, well, that's my work phone. I've got my personal. I text both of them, Tyler. Well, I was at gym. Right, okay. So I've seen you in the gym and I've seen you sit at every machine between every set. You're looking at your phone. So he goes, well, I was concentrating. I was doing a session. I said, so when did you leave gym? About 8:30. And he went to bed, what, 10, 10:30? You work next day, probably. And I said, yeah. So you didn't look at your phone or use your phone for the hour and a half, 2 hours. Bullshit. That's what bullshit.
Everyone, not even
Yeah.
your generation.
Yeah.
No, we
And
all
then,
we all do
you
it.
say, if you've got a missed call through the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because he works, the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday after it. If there's a missed call, return it. If there's a text, return the text, respond, read all my stuff first and read my emails first when I'm on it and get rid of me first. That's what I tell all the staff. Get rid of me first. Does it happen?
Does it help?
Yeah. Strange. Yeah. So,
But you can't. The excuse can't be I wasn't on my phone because
yeah.
with
No,
everyone they're always on their phone.
what we get now is, I'm busy. Hold on. I've just shown you what busy is, just doing a pay run.
And when you're busy, you're on your phone still.
Yeah.
So
Compared now, all they do now is email to a certain email address, invoiceslab at our company. That's where all the girl picks them up. She puts them on the system. She'll put them on a pay run schedule for me to check and Tyler to check, whatever. You. All done.
it's not. That's not busy compared to what you did.
No, I know. Yeah.
Nothing close.
I mean, like reminders, tasks.
You said on your email when you open your email, it tells you what you
we
need to do.
We have a box flash up that is important tasks, and it comes up every 4 hours on your system, on whether you on your laptop or in the office, every 4 hours, and you have to dismiss it. And the amount of things that stick on that on the reminders and task list for months and almost years, and that means I've been dismissing that 3 times a
You
day.
just dismiss it without thinking. It's like with my Instagram.
Yeah, but the idea is it's a reminder.
Yeah.
Microsoft made these things because of people who forget, because you're not carrying hardback diaries around with you to save you. But the hardback diary you always had in your hand, and somehow that made you look at it, and you'd always have a green highlighter in your pocket.
The legendary
Yeah, the
green
legendary
highlight.
Yeah, yeah.
But with Instagram, it tells me to stop scrolling every half an hour, 50 minutes,
Yeah.
and I just dismiss it without thinking.
Yeah.
I don't look at it and go, "Oh yeah, I'll press no more,"
Yeah.
because you just don't think like that, do you? When you're in the moment,
No.
you think, "Oh, I should." That's not how it works.
Yeah, yeah. There's so much digging into it you can do. I mean, moving on to AI a bit more, but I think there's so much to talk about that. I mean, there's certain young people. You look at Harvey in the pub next door. He's going to be our first guest. Well,
Is that confirmed?
I don't know. He's told me he is, and he's told you. We haven't
agreed.
We haven't even invited him, but anyway, we'll have him.
Yeah, why not?
And I think that's when we should save AI, because I think there'll be a bit of banter there. Because
He'll get a bit angry.
He hates AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't believe in AI. He doesn't use AI. But I've said to him, even though
You need to use it
I don't
sometimes.
use it, I actually think AI is
Useful.
It's useful. Yeah, it's good. It's going to improve, but don't let it rule.
Yeah,
And
that's the key.
And that's what it's doing.
Yeah,
I think.
but I think he disagrees, which is good for
Yeah.
for the podcast. But
yeah.
get him on.
So AI is.
If you bring some sweets, we'll allow him on.
Yeah.
That's your rule, Harvey.
Yeah, that's
If
your
you bring
rule.
a bag
Yeah.
of sweets,
Yeah.
we'll let you on.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the rule.
Yeah. Yeah. So you go. I think that's a bit of.
Well, I reckon we can get another podcast out of talking about AI.
Yes, I do. I think we'll move on to AI next, and we maybe get Harvey in for maybe
We'll mention AI again next time. We will be with Harvey.
we'll do it with Harvey. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So
I mean, we've done 34 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
And you'll have to cut this a little bit. What was my quote? I forgot what it was.
Your quote? I don't know. It was never.
AI is good, but don't let it rule you.
Yeah, I think you said it earlier.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, just remember the quote. AI is good, but don't let it rule you.
Preach.
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 Yep.
Well, that was
I think that was
another
quite
good
good.
podcast.
Yeah.
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 We're already getting better.
I think so.
Or
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
That's for them to decide.
No, they'll
But yeah,
decide what.
let us know
We'll wait till we get the abuse.
any improvements or any disagreements with the
Yeah.
podcast. Let us know in the comments and just give us some advice, topics. Keep the comments coming.
Yeah.
Just
definitely.
useful, very useful,
Yeah.
and just lets us improve.
Yeah.
We're two people who can take criticism.
Oh yeah.
We're not the
Yeah.
snowflakes.
As long as we're allowed to give it back.
Oh yeah.
So we'll have open mic sort of podcast.
If you put a negative comment, you have to come on the podcast and we'll tell you.
Yeah, I'd like some funny ones, like the Australians. It's 3 Australian guys
Oh,
and the Irish guy on that. I mean, it might be set up. I don't know, but it sounds quite good when he goes, "What's the capital of Egypt?" And he said, "Pyramids." You know,
yeah,
and
I see what you mean.
they're
Yeah,
absolute howling. And then they say, "And so, what time? What date in a pregnancy? Just I can't remember what happens." And he goes, "August." And then they say, "Who played? Is it Wolverine?" And he goes, "Oh bloody hell, Hugh Jackson."
yeah. We need some people like
And
that.
they're
We'll quiz them.
absolutely in stitches. The guy's laughing, and I think
We'll quiz someone like that.
laughing,
We'll get that.
laughing certainly still makes the world go around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one of the most important
Yeah.
things. Unfortunately, in our line of business now, the humour's gone because everybody's keyboard warriors.
And so
we all are.
serious.
I am, and so serious. And everything,
I'm not.
everything is trying to protect your money and risk and blaming somebody else. And it all comes down to email, where it used to come out in a 10-minute rant and rave on site, and then you'd all go for a beer. Nobody goes for a beer anymore.
No.
I mean, even young generation. There's another one. How things change.
Well,
we can talk about.
That's
You know, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but
no.
we had to go to the pub. Why?
I want to, but it doesn't happen anymore.
But we had to go to the pub. Why? Because that was our only way of socialising. We didn't have social media.
Well, yeah. That's another hour.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, at least. Yeah, in the pub.
We'll do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be another podcast about AI. But thank you so much for watching.
Yes,
and we'll see you later for the next episode.
Thanks, Jack,
thank you, Wayne.
Professionalism.
And thank you, Wayne, for your whatever you bring.
Yeah, and your bacon sandwich before we started.
That was beautiful.
Well, thank Jerry.
Yeah, thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry. Yeah. She's a good provider.
And the mugs. Have we seen
and
the mugs?
Yes.
You haven't got your mug.
I haven't got mine, but mine's got a W on it.
And I've got J.
He's got Jack.
Courtesy of Jerry.
Of Jerry.
She had the idea.
Jerry, yeah. And I actually did say maybe on the inside of lip as you're drinking it, for W it should say wanker. Yeah.
And mine should say
J.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you.